Once again, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Lexington Region Fieldhouse for tonight's ECAC matchup between the Golden Knights of Clarkson University and your Legends Quincy. And now, let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, the visitors from Clarkson. At left wing, sophomore from Chateauguay, Quebec, number 11, Alex Campbell. At center for Clarkson is a junior from Quebec City, Quebec, number 13, Andrew Gosselin. And at right wing, graduate student from Smithers, British Columbia, number 39, Luke Santurno. On defense for Clarkson, a sophomore from Ottawa, Ontario, number 23, Jordan Powell. And a senior from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, number 5, Michael Underwood. And in the goal for Clarkson, a sophomore from Maple Grove, Minnesota, number 14,
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Houston Fieldhouse. We have ECAC hockey action on tap for you, RPI TV and ESPN. My name is Per Lascaris, along with the coach, Dan Fridgen. We have the Engineers and Clarkson Golden Knights, both at 4-3-1 overall in the season. RPI is 2-1 in ECAC hockey play. The Golden Knights are 0-1 as they fell in overtime to Union College last night over in Schenectady. RPI losing 4-3 in regulation to the St. Lawrence Saints after they led almost all the way against St. Lawrence. The Saints came back in the third to win that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
As we're having some audio issues here with Coach Fridgen's microphone. We'll look to straighten those out here at some point, but we do have RPI and Clarkson ready to drop the puck here. Should be a good matchup here. RPI broke a very long losing streak to the Golden Knights last year. As it'll be the Golden Knights in green and gold. Seven in a row. Lost to Clarkson before RPI won in yesterday's 2 years ago up in Potsdam. As it's RPI shooting it out to center. Michael Underwood deep pairing there with Jordan Power. As Jordan Adamo throws a hit. Played back for Power. And thrown through the middle. Johnson will try and track it down there. Flipped along by Jack Agnew out to center. Good connection. This is TJ Walsh making a move. Dustin McFall. Broken up there by Henri Schreifels. Back in the lineup for the second time this year. We have three Engineers making their second career appearances tonight. Schreifels is one of those. On come the Golden Knights. Broken up in the circle. Massey can't find it. And it's going to be cleared to the wall as a shot never got to Lyndon Marshall. It's Marshall in goal again tonight. Gave up the most goals he has all season yesterday, 4 to the Saints. Still pretty good numbers, though, on the year. 197 goals against, 914 save percentage, and a 4-2-1 record for Marshall. At the other end, it is Ethan Heider, sophomore from Maple Grove, Minnesota. He's played in every game for the Golden Knights. Here's a quick shot there and a glove save for Heider. About chest high from Shane Seller. Had 2 goals last night to double the season total to 4.
Should I try? Oh, yes.
Coach is here. He's just
yeah, so far both teams just feeling each other out in this early in the first period.
Just the one shot there, on goal at least. Out of the corner, it's Seller turning and shooting high. Bouncing puck goes behind the goal. Underwood picks it up there. Michael Underwood, senior from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, works it up ice. Carried on by Sekos. And flip back out to neutral. Underwood into the skates of Arton Martino. And now Underwood again. Broken up momentarily by Laka, but it did get to its intended target. That would be Power who shoots it in. First one to it is going to be Romano. Anthony Romano on the forecheck. There with Martino. And they work it back to the point where it's kept in by McFall. This will wrap around to the corner. Laurie Sturdy, nice job to force it ahead. Laka shoots it all the way down. This should be icing here on RPI, and it is. Just 2.5 minutes into this one. Just one shot on goal belongs to RPI. As it's been a while for a lot of these teams. We saw it last night with St. Lawrence, almost a completely different team from the team RPI played a couple years ago, and the same goes for Clarkson. Only a few names you remember from their big-time teams that won a couple of league titles and went to NCAA championships.
Yeah, Jacombe's one of them. I remember him up in Lake Placid. He had a heck of a
that was you and I think.
Tournament. Yes, that's right.
Jack Jacombe must be in his, 6th or 7th year with Clarkson, right?
He's a grad.
Yeah, okay. I'm not too far off then.
No, you aren't.
Moved along by Hurley behind the goal. He gets knocked down and shoved by Klee. That's some 4-on-4 crime, number 4 on number 4. Now Laka lifting up the boards, looking for Lepinen. Turned around through neutral ice. Trying to shoot it in was Granis, and he does. That pops off the stick of Davies in a bad spot, but the Engineers try to recover it out. Golden Knights touch up and move it in. Campbell, he has it knocked away by Lepinen, trying to feed it through the middle. This will be icing here on RPI. He was trying to find Jake Gagnon, who's making his second appearance, a sophomore from Pointe Claire, Quebec, but it was just out of his reach, and the faceoff will head back down.
Yeah, both Gagnon and Schreifels in the lineup tonight. They're replacing two of the forwards from
Bowman.
last night. Yep. Bowman's one of them.
And Herman.
Yes.
And then no Hallbauer, as Davies is in for him. Long shot here. Deflects before it gets to goal. Picked up on the other side by Santurno. It's dumped in. Goslin tried to center, but it's broken up, and Lepinen moves it out. Otto Ville Lepinen off the wall, senior from Espoo, Finland. Turned back around in a hurry by the Golden Knights. That was Baxter putting his man to the ice. Justin Adamo, 6'6", 250. Former Robert Morris Colonial shoots it ahead. Now Power with pressure on him. Throws it into the corner. It's broken up by Walsh if he can find it. The Engineers can be in business here, but he's beaten to it by the defender there. Kept in by Johnson, who had 2 assists last night. Up to a goal and 4 assists on the year for the normally strictly defensive-minded D-man. He's still RPI's top shot blocker at the defensive end. Added a little bit of offense yesterday.
Yeah, interesting. Zach Dubinsky.
Yeah, Dubinsky. As it's shot around here by the Engineers, picked up by Agnew and dumped in by RPI. Fed into the corner. McFall. Massey trying to cycle behind for Linden. Tour Linden back to the point, but Agnew had backed up a little bit, and he was out to neutral ice. Kalblay just waiting there. Lucas Kalblay, Mannheim, Germany. He's a grad student. Went to Lake Superior State previously. Secco stacked to the point, deflected. Might have hit the iron on the way through. That or maybe the stick of Marshall. I couldn't quite tell. I didn't hear a sound.
I think I caught the post.
Think you caught the post, Coach? Yeah. Back to pick it up behind his own goal is Kalen Taylor, sophomore from Oceanside, California. One of the 7 D-men dressed for the Golden Knights tonight. Mason Klee back to pick it up, junior from Morrison, Colorado. It's moved up ice here. Good breakup at center. Nice strong play by Laka. Throws it across, turned around by Hurley. Hurley trying to speed past Beaton. All the way in, he's met there by Anthony Baxter. Kjellberg tries to strip it away. He's being pressured now and takes a hit there from Granis, and now it's back up ice for Laka. Laka, little spin move behind the goal. Trying to wrap around, but it was knocked away from him. Fans wanted a penalty, they're not going to get it here. Now, Dubinsky hands it off there. Laka, quick shot goes wide. Low along the ice there. Now another shot fanned on there by Dubinsky. Picked up by Seller. Seller drops it off for seemingly no one, but Dubinsky's over to get it. Now Seller again. Turning and shooting into the corner. Almost an intentionally wide dump in there. It'll be picked up by Walsh. Walsh trying to turn the corner. Slap shot Kjellberg, and that one hit a body in front. Might have been Hurley. Dubinsky. Shielding. Runs out of room, throws it deep. Adamo's there with Walsh. 12.5 to go in the first. No score. Long shot here. Deflects maybe off the blocker of Heider into the corner. Good sustained pressure from RPI as the Golden Knights look to work it out. Nick Campoli, senior from Toronto, goes behind the goal with it to Underwood. Underwood will wait for the Golden Knights to complete their change before he starts the breakout here. Good breakup by Adamo. Knocked down Johnson. He'll shoot it in. Walsh has to touch up, and RPI goes back on the attack. Poked at there by Jacob Lee. Lappin' cycling. Lee. Gagnon. He's pinned up, but Lee takes over. Sends it back to the point. Karam's around to Johnson. He goes cross ice with it, but the pass is off the mark for Agnew. Allows the Golden Knights to take over. Goslin ahead. Good connection there. Into the zone comes Campbell. Campbell with speed. Pad save made by Marshall. His first stop of the game was a good one, as Alex Campbell came flying in looking for his third goal of the year.
Kind of a broken play on that one.
Yeah, it nearly worked out for him.
I was going to say Dubinsky's the son of Steve Dubinsky, who's a Clarkson grad.
Clarkson grad, right. Good play along the wall. And it's cleared to center by Schreifels. Tie up in the corner. Now a centering pass and a jam try in front, saved by Marshall, point blank on Ryan Richardson, the freshman. Another Stittsville guy. Intercepted by Linden at center. He'll move it in quickly. Massey has it stripped away by Chris Clack. Another one of the handful of guys. He had, if I remember right, a pretty good ECAC hockey tournament. There's a shot from Clack from a tight angle. Marshall makes the stop and holds on with pressure coming.
Yeah, he tried to go short side on him. That just doesn't like to stay, does it?
Yeah.
Tried to go short side on him and held his post.
Another look at that. Yeah.
He's got the upstairs open, but
yeah.
leaning on his post.
Now Underwood deflects up into the glass, so we get a stoppage here. Shots are 3-1 Clarkson. We're about halfway through the period. And they need a new puck. Face off, one ahead by the Golden Knights, thrown through the top of the crease all the way to the other side. Picked up by Laka. He'll fire it ahead. Seller trying to jump on it there. Poked into the corner. Behind the net, Underwood. Jammed at by Laka. And now Kjellberg. Good stretch pass here. Laka walking in. A slap shot and a glove save by Heider. Big time opportunity there as they break it on in.
RPI Athletics would like to remind everyone that face masks are to be worn at all times.
As we got another look at the shot there from Laka.
Thank you for your continued support of RPI hockey. Enjoy the game and let's go red. Guys,
talk until we can get this squared away. Excuse me there. That's fine. If they come on, I'll see them.
RPI Hockey would like to welcome the class of 2023 to tonight's game. Class of 2023 would like to give a special shout out to Feza for being an exceptional junior class president and to Layla Menadova for being the best crew president. Thank you for your support. We hope you enjoy tonight's game.
Face-off coming up in the Clarkson zone here. Golden Knights win the draw. Let's play behind by McFall. Shot back into the zone. And it'll trickle all the way down. It's left by Marshall. Behind the net, Kjellberg. Indirect off the wall to center ice. Trying to jump on it, Dubinsky, and he does. Hands off to Adamo, who whistles one high. On his backhand, Kjellberg keeps it alive. Handed off back to Kjellberg. Kjellberg walking his way in. He has it poked away by Martino. And a good outlet pass here. Finds Romano with some room. Off the shin pad at Kjellberg and in deep. Anthony Baxter back to get it. Romano pressuring him. Clarkson changes behind. Now Dubinsky works his way up the wall and scoops it in. It'll come on goal. Heider's going to leave it aside. Gloved at and missed by Schreifels. It comes all the way to Davies. Davies gets it out to center for Maschie. Maschie cross corner dump. Taylor the first one to it. Comes free to the slot. Schreifels walking in. Tries to throw it back across. He was trying to find Linden. Maybe should have shot it now. Sent right back out in front, but it was broken up. Unselfish idea from Henri Schreifels. But it turns out, and the Engineers end up not getting a shot out of it. Campoli cross ice. Dangerous pass with Tour Linden lurking. Now spun into the zone by the Golden Knights. Shots are 3-3 with 7:45 left in the first. This is the type of game that the Engineers have been playing. Low shot totals. Good, solid defense. They haven't given up a ton of chances all year, really. We talked about the fact that 4 goals was the most they've given up. It's off the back of the net from Laka. Bouncing puck in the circle. Campbell fans on it. Picked up Laka. And it's knocked away from him. Surdy throws it down low. Off the stick of Linden. Laka. And now Shane Seller. He'll backhand it right back down low. Good play there by Seller finding Linden. Surdy spins at the half wall. Back to Linden. Laurie Surdy now. Sophomore out of Espoo, Finland. Throws it on goal. Deflects behind the net. Laka was in front trying to provide a screen, and it might even hit him. Now Clea shot deflects on goal and a save by Heider. RPI makes a change while staying on the attack as Beaton flips it below the goal line. Now finally the Golden Knights able to take over, and they can't clear. Although it was fanned on there by Gagnon, and that allows Campbell to sneak away with it. Alex Campbell working it deep now for the defenseman McFall, who's jumped into the play. And now Seller back defensively, throws it behind the goal for Klee. Keeps it moving for Beaton. Picked up his 4th assist yesterday, and the Engineers are offside here. Exactly 6 minutes left in the first period. We got a draw coming up at neutral ice. Yeah, it was actually 8 straight losses before RPI won on January 3rd, 2020 in Potsdam. RPI's previous win was January 28th, 2017, before they picked up a victory in the 1920 season. This is a puck that's gloved down, but not cleared. Jacome walking in, feeding it in front, backhanded behind Marshall, and they score. Couldn't tell if Richardson's shot was the one that went in. But if it is, it's his second of the season, a freshman from Stittsville, Ontario. As it was a good play by Jacome just to get that puck to the net front. And his first shot hit the post, and then it went in. I guess it was the same shot. So Richardson took the shot, it hit the right iron, and then it hit the leg of Marshall and went behind him for a goal. So far, Jacome with an assist as this goes out of play.
Clarkson goal was scored by number 26, Ryan Richardson. He was assisted by number 6, Jack Jacome. Time of that goal, 4 minutes, 20 seconds. Clarkson goal by 26, Richardson, assisted by 6, Jacome.
As it'll be a face-off win for Clarkson. Neutral ice, shot ahead by Dubinsky. It'll be gloved down now by Taylor. Clarkson scoring first here. Something the Engineers have done a good job this year of doing. Now we got a penalty coming up as both referees call this one. It's going to be a slash. Chris Patosha making the call. It's Patosha and Tom Steinell that we had yesterday. The linesmen are Brandon Wormley and Matt Wild. It's going to be slashing on Adamo, who's RPI's penalty minutes leader on the season. Is actually the 22nd and 23rd minutes on the year for Adamo. Sent back to the point. Long wrist shot goes wide there. Off the stick of Passanen. Saturno. Santurno down low. Jacome. Hurley. And he plays catch with Jacome. Sent around. Noah Beck. Up top. Hurley, a slap shot. Pad save by Marshall. It kicks all the way towards the point where the Engineers clear it to center. Hurley goes cross ice with it. And avoiding a hit was Hurley, but it spins him to the ice. Actually, Jacome, and he's slow to get up. It might have hurt his knee there, as he's going to hobble back to the bench. So Jack Jacome a little bit shaken up here. Still 55 seconds to go on the Clarkson power play. First of the game for either team. Trying to walk it right down the middle, and that didn't work as the Engineers were able to clear it out. Moved into the zone, and it's fed around behind for Martino. This will be cleared out by the Engineers. As it's turned up ice. Martino on the carry, 8 to go with a man advantage. It's dumped into the corner. Lee leaves it behind, and that's shot down. That'll do it for the power play, so pretty good penalty kill there for the Engineers. Adamo just out of the box now is putting pressure on as Clarkson was changing for behind Passanen. Now they move it in. Off a skate back to center ice. McFall, excuse me, back to get it. And now Passanen. Ahead for the goal scorer, Richardson. Into the zone. It's deflected. It'll come back out to center. Underwood shoots it in again. Laurie Surdy stops behind the goal. Feeds it ahead to Dubinsky. And a bouncing puck will be settled there by Henry at neutral ice, who just dumps it in. Bouncing puck. Schreifels can't keep it alive. It's carried out to center. Off the end boards. Quickly turned around by Baxter. Now Massey across. Fed in front. It was just behind Linden. Or he might have been in business there. Good quick passing from the Engineers into the zone. The final one eluded their captain. Tipped into the zone off the stick of Baxter. Clack chasing him down. And it'll be turned around by Kjellberg for RPI. Minute and a half to go in the period. 1-0 Clarkson leads. Kjellberg fan on the pass. It's tipped into the zone by Massey. Back goes D to Taylor. And now Romano on the chase. Through everybody goes that pass. Back turns it around quickly at center. Tipped into the RPI zone. Kjellberg ahead for Laka. Could be 3-on-2 if they hurry. 3-on-3 into the zone. Laka slot shot, ramps up a stick out of play. And we get a stoppage. 56.8 on the clock. As the draw will come in the Clarkson end. Faceoffs are 9-2 Clarkson. So much different than how the Engineers took care of business in the circle yesterday. Face-off win for RPI here. Seller picks it up. Trying to go behind the net with it. It's poked away from him. Seller still carrying. Throws it towards goal. Loose puck in the slow slot area. And now 4-on-2 for Clarkson. Jacome feeds it across to the far circle. And they don't get anything out of this. That was a bit bungled up there by the Golden Knights. They had numbers. Sometimes 4 is too many. There's a offside whistle. I don't know, they used everyone on that rush. But by the time it got to the far side, there wasn't a lot of room. Now there's some discussion, I guess, about the offside. Well, Jack Jacome, the grad student out of Caledon, Ontario, we'll get his last few words in here. 87 career points for Jacome in 136 games. He's been a part of some tremendous Clarkson teams in his career, and coach was talking about it before we lost him on the microphone. But yeah, we were calling ECAC hockey championship games up in Lake Placid with a couple of those Clarkson clubs. It's turned around here by the Golden Knights. Campbell moving it in, and then we got a whistle. And another offside, and now Klee doesn't like whatever it was that Goslin was doing. .3 left. Draw's going to come outside the zone. Let's see. Yeah. I don't know what he was doing. Beats me. Puck deflected at center, moved into the zone by Santurno. And that'll do it for the first period. Clarkson gets the game's first goal. Ryan Richardson from Jack Jacome at 14:20 of the opening frame. That's where we stand. Shots are just 5-4 Clarkson. After 20 minutes, we'll have the second period coming up here on RPI TV and ESPN in just a bit.
Saves in the first period for Heider and Clarkson 4, and for Lyndon Marshall of RPI 4 saves in the first period. Hey fans, welcome to Wake Pub
All right, we're getting set for period number 2 here. RPI and Clarkson. As the Golden Knights here have a 1-0 lead after 1 period of play. Goal by Ryan Richardson. That's where we stand. All right, ready to drop the puck in period number 2. And it'll be the Engineers down a goal here. Walking in, centering pass all the way through. Good stick tie up there by Jake Johnson. As Dubinsky's going to shoot it around behind. And moved ahead for Adamo. Fed into the corner. Adamo trying to get there. And it'll be kicked off a skate and kept in. Santurno for Campbell. Campbell trying to jam it in front, and he's met by Adamo, and that ends that idea. Now a giveaway, shot off the back of the net by Goslin. As this is going to move out to center ice and be shot back in. Marshall can't slow it down. Johnson just swats it to center, where Cowblay shoots it back in. This will come trickling on Marshall. He'll cover up. 18:42 to go in the second period. Off the draw, Kjellberg shoots it ahead. Schreifels finding Baxter, shoots it in. And now Linden. There's a tie-up at center. Schreifel's going to fire it wide. Now worked out by Passanen. Taylor stolen away by the Engineers. Has a man in front. It's Lappin, and he just missed him. Now Gagnon throws it in front, and Lee tried to give a swipe at it. Baxter. And we got a whistle here as that puck jumps out of play. Early on here in the second. It's a 1-0 Clarkson lead. We got a pair of 17s in on the draw. Sekos and Beaton. Underwood back to pick it up. Spins it around. His D partner fell down. That was Power. And now it's Sekos over to get it for the Golden Knights, chipping it up the wall. Beaton. Lifted in the air. Bouncing puck at the Clarkson line is poked at there by Seller, but he couldn't get all of it. A couple of Engineers touch up as it's shot in by Surdy. Underwood feeds it up the wall. Broken up there, Romano. Laka Picked up a goal yesterday on the power play to Jacob Laka. Loose puck. It's going to be clear to center on the carry. Arton Martino shoots it in. Davies off the end wall. And now back comes Johnson. Ahead for Linden. He'll pull up and center it behind Massey. Joining the play is Henri Schreifels. Cycled by Massey for Schreifels. Trying to throw it back out in front, hit a skate. Calblay. Getting roughed up there by Tour Linden. Hurley tries to help out, but Massey shoots it right back down low. And they scrap behind the Clarkson goal. There's a rather long skirmish there, and they just move it further up the boards. Now they seem to like that location, so they go back into the corner with it. Officials want them to move it, but at some point, I say just blow the whistle and do another face-off. I don't know what the point of this is, and what the point of keeping it moving is if it's not moving. Here's a quick shot onto the scrum, and Tour Linden was denied there by the glove of Heider. Ethan Heider and Lyndon Marshall actually have pretty similar numbers, both around 2 goals against and both around .915 save percentage. Another look at the shot. The puck just pops right out there, and Linden surely didn't catch that cleanly. Face-off coming up here in the Clarkson end. Dubinsky up against Tsekos. And the Saints shoot it out. Laurie Surdy over to get it. As it'll be shot back in. And it'll be icing here. Played around here for Walsh. Back to the blue line. There's a shot comes in, and it's still loose. Marshall's going to cover. I don't think it ever got to him. The initial shot by Passanen. But the puck did fall right in front of him, and Marshall was able to cover it up. The graduate student and netminder from Victoria, British Columbia, picked up his second career shutout against Union a couple weeks ago, or last week, excuse me. Face-off win for the Golden Knights. Passanen's long shot goes well wide along the ice. Pinching there was Beck, St. Louis Blues draft choice. As Lee is very slow to get up here, and he'll hobble his way back to the bench. Now he has to play some defense here. Something's not right for sure. Centering pass in front, off the iron, loose in the crease, and it's going to be swept away. A great opportunity there for the Golden Knights, as that was 2 irons now they've hit in this game. Left and right iron. His coach is still working hard here, helping me out. Being a second set of eyes, even though we can't quite get his audio to work, but we'll get something figured out, I'm sure, here. Shots are 7-6 Clarkson, and that doesn't include the one that hit the iron there. It was Gosselin who did it. Now back the other way. Nice move by Beaton, and the pad save is made. Rebound pops to Agnew, keeps it in the zone. Beaton again. Drops it off. Seller, a quick shot, and that one off the heel of his stick. It went wide. Johnson, snapshot. That one pinballed off a skate and went behind the goal. But it had Heider leading the wrong way. Johnson now. Good pushback from RPI here. Although it's taken away by Underwood, and he'll skate it out to center. Underwood shoots it in. Heavy carom off the boards. And then Jacome went hard into the end boards. RPI tried to spring an attack the other way, but it was defended well. And now Jake Johnson. Johnson up to 20 blocks through 8 games prior to tonight. Back come the Golden Knights. Sweeping shot along the ice. It's turned away. Romano with that effort. Pinching in on the near side is McFall. He'll skate behind the cage. Stolen away by Schreifels. And now Tour Linden for RPI. Senior captain from Great Falls, Virginia. Works it up the boards. Massey trying to pick up speed. Looked like he overskated a bit and lost the puck. Golden Knights the other way. It's going to be icing as Kjellberg wins the race down the ice with 11:56 to go in the second. 1-0 Clarkson leads here. It's been a pretty good back and forth battle here as this puck rings off of both irons. So technically 3 posts have been hit, but 2-on-1 shot tonight for Clarkson. And RPI may be unlucky on a puck that was sitting in the crease yesterday. What got tipped in by Pappas of St. Lawrence. Here they clear one out of the crease as the shot gets blocked there. Point try by Kjellberg. Back out to center ice it goes. Kjellberg doesn't offer it this, and now he picks it up. Anthony Baxter for RPI. Former UMass Lowell Riverhawk. Trying to go cross ice with it. Would have been a hand pass if Kjellberg touched it, so we let Walsh try again. Now that one's knocked out of the air. Adamo backhands it ahead. Dubinsky takes a bump but gets it deep. Pressure here on Calblay. And they're right back in their favorite corner again. Adamo at the bottom of this pile. And it's finally worked out by Sekos and Clarkson. Around behind the net, and there's nobody there for the centering pass. Now, Gagno flailing around on the ice, trying to make something happen. Linden, he goes down. Campoli to the point. Walking up the wall. Wraparound try, saved by Marshall. That was Beck trying to jam it in. Or passing in, excuse me. 2 big guys passing into Noah Beck, I swear. (16 and 18 for the men in green. Good hit by Lepinen on Santurno. And now they'll back it up here. Matthew Goslin. That's an icing call. Halfway through the period, media stoppage here. Shots are 9-7 Golden Knights, and they lead in the game 1-0.
We'd like to welcome Rensselaer students, class of 2023, student athletes, faculty, and staff in attendance tonight. Thank you for your support of RPI men's hockey. Enjoy the game. Let's go Red.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No media stoppage on the icing. Should have been obvious to me, but we're still playing hockey. Shot in by the Golden Knights. Jack Agnew takes a look around and takes a hit from Goslin. Pass was behind the intended target. That was Seller. Right back into the zone comes Campbell. He's showing off his speed tonight, and that time deflects in on Marshall. He'll cover it up. And now we can have our stoppage here.
Your support of Let's Go Red ensures that current and future generations of student athletes continue to receive the opportunity to balance the rigors of academics with collegiate athletics. Learn more about how you can help RPI hockey directly at giving.rpi.edu/Let's Go Red.
Face-off coming up here. Goslin to take it up against Tour Linden of RPI, and Massey moves it to the Clarkson line, turned around by Campbell. On come the Golden Knights. Centering pass comes all the way through. Kept in by Power. Feeds it across. Campbell broken up there by Schreifels. And Henri Schreifels out of Newbury Park, California, looking for his first collegiate point. Now, chance for Campbell, and he took his eye off the puck. He was all alone with Marshall, and he just couldn't catch the pass. Now, whistle goes, and they didn't look offside from where I'm standing or sitting. And Clarkson bench erupted, but the whistle went anyway. It was very close to staying in the zone for Power. Anyway, 8:56 to go second period, 1-0 Golden Knights lead. Clarkson trying to get back in the win column after RPI won 3-1 up in Potsdam 2 years ago, and the Engineers trying to create, I guess, a winning streak. 2 games, I guess, is technically a streak against the Golden Knights, although it's been a while. Clarkson played last year along with Quinnipiac, Colgate, and their travel partner, St. Lawrence. But surprisingly, probably to many, the Saints were the team that came away with the ECAC Hockey Tournament Championship. You probably would have bet it would have been these Golden Knights or Quinnipiac that would have won the league last year. Not the case. Laka shoots it in. He'll be on the chase. There was a hit behind the goal. Calblay, no, moved out to centers. Clack gets stood up by Johnson. Good play there by Jake Johnson. Now Beaton gets his stick tied up. Penalty coming up. And it's going to be a hook, so good play by Beaton there to draw the penalty, and the Engineers will go on the power play for the first time. It's the goal scorer, Ryan Richardson, going off here on the hook. I'm not exactly sure it was a hook, but it didn't look good. Beaton was trying to play the puck, and Richardson was playing the man just a little bit too much there, and I guess if you get your stick involved, that's a hook. 8:04 to go in the second. As I mentioned, first power play here for RPI. Engineers on the season are 16% even, 4 out of 25.
Clarkson penalty to number 26, Ryan Richardson. Here's his 2 minutes.
Clarkson PK, very good, as it's snapped across and they score. Ryan Massey, a quick power play goal. I was going to say the Clarkson Golden Knights kill was approaching 90%, 88 and change, and not many PKs can deal with that. That's just a clean pass across the net front. Seller to Massey, and we're tied at 1. I didn't even have a chance to tell you how good the Clarkson PK was, and RPI is 1 for 1. Only took 7 seconds for the Engineers to score on the power play. Now we're having some audio issues in the building. It's not been a great night for audio. If I can hear that through my headset, then it's really loud. Okay. All right. Chipped off the boards. And this will leave the ice. 7:28 to go in the period. That was just bizarre. There's some serious feedback in here. Seller and Linden on the assists. On the power play goal. So 2 nights in a row, the Engineers get a power play tally with limited opportunities. And they were 1 for 3 yesterday. And now 1 for 1 tonight. It's the first RPI assist for Shane Seller, who had 24 with Dartmouth. Now it's poked free. Linden. Schreifels. Stolen away by Campbell. He'll flip it ahead. Goslin trying to give it back to Campbell. Too far for him. Johnson turns it around. Now Linden pokes it into the zone. And the Golden Knights will be very meticulous here with this breakout pass. McFall throws it ahead. They got one of them away, but back comes Linden. Wrist shot blocked. Moved out by McFall. Adamo. Cross ice feed was broken up by Clack, and now back into the zone. It's dumped. Chop back out to center ice off the skate of Klee. Moved ahead by Richardson. Power back in his own zone. Plays catch there with Underwood, who dumps it in to the near corner. Klee lost the handle on it. Taken away by Romano. Klee gets it back and then given away by Adamo. Laurie Surdy back to get it. He's pressured but spins towards the far corner. Glove down and kept in by Underwood. Loose puck. Marshall makes the stop and he'll hold on. 5:31 to go. Shots are 11-8 Clarkson. Last night was only the well, they didn't give up 30 shots. I was saying it was only the second time this year they gave up 30 shots, but they only had 29 they allowed to St. Lawrence. There's a quick shot off the side of the cage. May hit Marshall. That one off the glass from Power. Turning and shooting there was Sekos. That one was blocked as well. Beaton, who drew the penalty that turned into RPI's only goal so far. Laka throws it on goal. Pad save, kicked away. Seller tracks it down along the wall. Beaton tried to feed it off there for Laka, but that's broken up. Seller will spin it back into the zone. Helped aside by Heider. Or Heider, excuse me. Laka touches up and finds Seller, takes a low shot, and Heider makes the save, and somebody broke their stick in there. Might have been Seller. Lost the blade of his stick. And he's having a chat now. Sellers seems to make friends with all the officials. Or maybe he's already friends with them. After playing enough time in this league, you'll recognize the stripes. Sellers given 2 options from Dana McGuane. That doesn't happen too often. He must be friends with Dana. Johnson hands it off at the wall. Massey takes a hit. Good poke check there by Schreifels. Forces the Golden Knights back into their own end, even deeper. Taylor wrap it around, looking for Hurley. Schreifels off the board, trying to walk out of the corner. Couldn't get the shot away. There were a couple of Golden Knights in his way. Now back comes Hurley, shooting it in. Wide of goal. Davies gets roughed up in the corner. As it's back out to neutral ice. Davies from Traverse City, Michigan, playing in his second game as an Engineer. And like Schreifels and Gagnon looking for his first collegiate point. 3:50 to go in the second. 1-1 RPI and Clarkson. Pass behind Gagnon, who was doing a little pirouette in the neutral zone. It'll be an icing call against RPI here. Quick discussion between Dubinsky and some of his line mates about what's going to go on here, or what they hope to go on. But it's Gosselin won the draw, but forced ahead by Lepinin. Jumped in behind the Clarkson centerman. Now a chance for a 2-on-2 into the zone, although Gosselin is stripped of the puck by Dubinsky, back checking. Surdy. Klee. Up the boards past Lepinin. Now Beck has it. Into the middle of the ice. Gosselin is tied up, and a penalty coming. They're going to get Dubinsky. And he's got still had an armful of Gosselin's stick there, but that play ended. Let's see. Sometimes you can't really tell who's hooking who. That looked more mutual than anything else, but at the end of the day, like I said, Dubinsky had his arm wrapped around the stick of Gosselin. And Golden Knights will go on their second power play of the night. They're 0 for 1. Face-off win here for the Golden Knights. Calblay gets it back from Martino, and a long shot there, seen and held by Marshall. Former Trail Smoke Eater, which is one of the more interesting junior hockey team names. Although many of them are interesting. Clean win for the Golden Knights. Calblay off for Campbell. Design play to walk it in front. The shot came, it was blocked. I think Massey got in the way of that one. Stick handling in the corner now. And it's backhanded in by Calblay. All the way around it goes. Massey trying to get to Martino before he can whack it back deep, but he couldn't do that. Johnson triple team, but it pops loose to the Engineers, and Gagnon skated ahead for Linden shorthanded. Or excuse me, not Gagnon, but Agnew. Back comes Campbell and the Golden Knights in a 1-1 game. Broken up by Lepinin. Into the corner it goes. Mason Klee going to try and track it down. Secco shoots it around. Picked up by Baxter ahead for Gagnon. Gagnon plays it deep before taking a bump from Campbell. Halfway through the power play, Lepinin shorthanded. Stands his man up. And then he'll play a little bit of keep away in the neutral zone as he hands it off to Baxter and now Klee. Klee will just wire it down. Beck takes over there for Clarkson. 34 to go on the kill. Jacome trying to go right down the pipe, and that's cut off by a trio of engineers, and Locke clears. Dropped off by Beck. Jacome. Goslin. Hurley at the point. Here is Beck looking for a shooting lane. Shoulder save made, and the rebound pops behind the goal. 3 to go on the man advantage. Centering pass into some legs, and it's out to center. There's trying to find Jacome in the slot, but that's cut off. And it's fed back in. It's going to be icing here on Clarkson. 1:06 left. RPI 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. Shots of the game are 14-10 Clarkson. Face-off still in favor of the visiting Golden Knights at 21-13. And looks like someone's getting warned on this draw, but let him stay in there. Shot hit his shin pad from the point. That was Kjellberg. And we're under a minute to go in the second. And now Baxter flipping it in. Well, Shibley hasn't let the fans know that it's the Moe's minute, but I think they know by now. Centering pass in front, knocked away. Kjellberg. And it'll be back out to center ice. Here's Clack. One-on-one, has a teammate trailing. That was Taylor trying to join the play. 18 to go in the period. Back comes Walsh. Walsh pulls up at the point and looks to throw it down low for Dubinsky with 11. Massey steps into a wrist shot blocked by Clack. 4 seconds to go in the period. And it'll be skated into the corner by Richardson, and that's how the second period will end. RPI gets the only goal of the frame to tie the game. A power play tally by Ryan Massey at 12:03. We're all square at one apiece. Heading to the third, you're watching RPI Hockey on RPI TV and ESPN. All right, just about set for the third period here. RPI and Clarkson. (1-1) after 2 periods of play. Shots are at 14-10 Golden Knights. Faceoffs favor Clarkson as well, 21-14. RPI just 1 shot on its only power play. It took 7 seconds for the Engineers to score a power play goal. On the Ryan Richardson hooking call, came at 11:56 of the second period. Clarkson 0 for 2 on the power play with 3 shots. And here we go. We're 5-on-5 as we begin the third. As there's a hit there on Underwood. Fed all the way through. I don't think this is going to be icing. Well, hit the post. Not going to be icing there. As now it's a 2-on-1 for Clarkson. Goslin moving it in. Quick shot saved by Marshall on Campbell. Goslin in the corner. He'll cycle. Santurno back to the point where it's kept alive by Calblay. And now Adamo. Searching. Hands it off for Johnson, who goes back to Agnew. Agnew up the boards. Bouncing puck at center. Picked up there by Schreifels. Fired into the corner. Pops right back behind the goal. Massey trying to find it. Off for Schreifels. Nice look back to Klee. Throws it off the end wall. That didn't make a sound. That was odd. Back to the point. 30. Turned back around by Jacome. And now Clack sends it back to Tsekos, or make that McFall rather. Into the RPI zone they come. Jacome skates right around Klee, trying to jam it in front, and he put it wide. And this will be back out to neutral ice and all the way down. No icing here as Tommy Passanen takes a look. Freshman from Schweinfurt, Germany. Kjellberg now in his own zone. That one high off the glass and out to center past his own man, Laka. Tipped in by Clack. Baxter. Cross ice in the air. Does find Kjellberg. Beaton's going to shoot it behind. Now it's Tsekos. Long shot there from the blue line by Baxter is high and wide. Kjellberg keeps it alive down low. Shane Seller handed off for Beaton. Beaton back to the point for Baxter. Takes a wrist shot, hit the shin pad of Romano. And now carried out by Underwood. High off the boards. Race for the puck. And Baxter's going to get there. Kjellberg. Overskates a bit, throws it back behind for Baxter, and then he has to go track it down. Kjellberg again. Right down the middle, past everybody, going to be icing. Engineers had just changed. Just an old-fashioned ECAC hockey game tonight. 1-1. Tightly checked, not a lot of chances here. A wrist shot off the shoulder of Marshall and high from Calblay. And now chipped off the glass. Calblay has it again. To make that, it's Calblay shooting it in. Dubinsky now with a chance to look up ice. Sends it across. It's tipped in by Lempinen before he gets bumped. Gagnon. Lappinen has it pinned up there. Now taken away. McFall to center. Brian Hurley, senior from Dellwood, Minnesota. This will wrap around. Gagnon pops free to Henri Schreifels. Schreifels gets as far as center, then he takes a hit. Underwood takes over here for Clarkson. Broken up at the line. Massey taps it to space and goes on after it. Ryan Massey has the power play goal tonight. Finds Schreifels for a shot right on and a save by Heider. Right into the midsection of the 6'3", 209-pound netminder. Smart play there by Massey. Drew two defenders, but that's a clean look for Schreifels and a clean look, as I mentioned, for Heider. Face-off win. Massey turns the corner, fires it off the shoulder of Heider. Schreifels spins it around. Klee, that one kind of ate him up a little bit. Back out to center. Moved in to the zone. Massey tied up, finds Schreifels. Back to the point for Surdy. Looking for a lane. He elects to just play it around behind for Linden. Tor Linden's pinned against the boards. 5 minutes gone in the third. Out of the scrum comes passing in. And it'll be Surdy in the corner. Chacombe at the blue line. Picked away by Richardson, and Golden Knights will start over in their own end. Calblay. Hand off for Richardson. He has the Clarkson goal tonight. Toe drag, shot, save, Marshall, rebound. Another stop by Marshall on the right pad. Denying McFall. And now McFall's pinned up in the corner by Johnson. Still McFall on it, has it against the wall. It comes loose, and now Seller. Nice play by Beaton to shield the puck and move it ahead. Seller picks a pocket, stays low, steps right through a check. Still chasing the puck down. Good hustle there by the graduate student, former Big Green, Shane Seller. That's how you make things happen in the offensive zone. He steals it away and centers it, but it's intercepted by Richardson. Richardson gets dumped in the corner by Johnson. Back comes Seller. Off for Walsh, trying to walk his way in. TJ Walsh pulls it back, takes a shot, and a blocker save by Heider. Now Adamo trying to feed it in front. That pass had some air under it, and Walsh couldn't find it. Also a little bit off the mark. RPI cycling as Adamo has his stick held. Referee wasn't buying it. Long shot off the iron. That's another post hit by Clarkson tonight. That one hit the upper 90. Maybe just glanced off of it, but you still hear the tick of the post. Chopped deep by Adamo. RPI will change. Heider. Passing it. Trying the near side. It's intercepted by Baxter. Lappinen was in the zone, so the Engineers had to wait to put pressure on. Or to move it into the zone, I should say. Shellberg. Scrapping along the wall. Flip deep. Linden on the chase. Shut around by Beck. And it's out to center. A little bit of speed into the zone for Granis. Now Klee pushes his man into the boards. That's Hurley. Hurley's wrapped up now. Klee gets blown up in the corner. Loose in the circle. Drop pass. Hurley, one-timer. Sticked away, I think, by Marshall. And it'll be off the glass to center. Leppinen looking for it. He'll just get a change anyway. Taylor. Stick handling. Surdy. Indirect off the glass. Only gets as far as McFall, who shoots it back in. Gosselin gets tied up behind the goal. Lifted off the wall by Lockham. Putting it down was Seller, but he couldn't find Beaton breaking up ice, and now back comes Gosselin. Off a skate, gets another try, hits another skate, pops to the far side of the zone. There's some room over there. And the pass back to the point eludes Cowblay, and he'll skate back into his own end with it. Santurno loses it. RPI dumps it back in. McFall. Cowblay right down the middle onto the tape of Johnson. He starts the break the other way. Walsh into the circle. Sends it across. Walking in. A shot there. Rebound. They score! It's the first RPI goal for Justin Adamo, and the Engineers take a 2-1 lead. RPI gets the puck to the net. It's what Jack Agnew's done a number of times this year. He does it again, and he'll pick up another assist for it. Clean look there for Adamo, who finds the rebound and does what the big man does best and sticks it home. For Adamo, it's his 23rd career goal, but his first as an Engineer in now 9 games, and RPI has a late lead again, as they did yesterday. See if they can hold on to this one. Or maybe even add to it. Loose puck again, side of the net, drop it back, Schreifels. Schreifels a shot, and that one over the top. Agnew, cross ice pass this time, and that was not to Johnson. Massey knocks his man down. Agnew will try the near side. Johnson. Should be Walsh on the secondary assist. Looked pretty cut and dry there, scoring-wise. So an even strength goal gives RPI the lead midway through the third. Broken up at center. Carried in by Leppinen. Pass was a bit behind his intended target. That was Dubinsky. And now a couple Engineers have to touch up here. Pass it in, plays catch behind his own goal before lifting it off the boards. Takes a funny hop and Dubinsky takes over. He'll try to center, hit the skate of Passinen. Or Beck rather. Chelbert off the end boards. Picked up there by Gagnon. He'll cycle for Leppinen. Leppinen. Stolen away by Sekos. Sekos, good connection near side, long shot. Blocked, I think, by Chelbert over the top on the try by Santurno. And with 8:53 left, we'll have a stoppage in play. They'll clean some ice. 2-1 RPI on the go-ahead goal by Justin Adamo.
Don't forget the Capital Region's Mayor Cup, Saturday, January 29th, when your RPI Engineers take out Union College. Your ticket gives you access to both the women's and men's games. Puck drops at 11 a.m. for the women, 2 p.m. for the men at the Times Union Center. Purchase your tickets at the Times Union Center box office.
Hello, I'm Lou Napoli. Thank you for your continued support of RPI Hockey. Enjoy the game and let's go win.
Face-off coming up, RPI zone. Still a long way to go here. And a long pass. Adamo's going to get on the end of this one to beat out the icing. Walsh. Centering pass. Dubinsky scores! What a find there. TJ Walsh with his second assist of the night, and he sets up Dubinsky wonderfully here. It's 3-1. Third goal of the year for Dubinsky. And that one must have just snuck across the line as Heider got his pads together. Referee back there in good position to make the call. And the Engineers get that all-important third goal to take a 2-goal advantage here. Linden stopped at the blue line, and it's offside.
RPI's third goal was scored by number 14, Zach Dubinsky. He was assisted by number 13, TJ Walsh.
Face-off win, neutral zone.
Number 22, Justin Adamo.
So that line combines again to score. Adamo an assist here, as well as Walsh, who continues to rack up the helpers this year. I believe that's 6 already for him. Golden Knights on the attack here. Campbell, broken up by Schreifels. Schreifels lifts it high in the air and out to center. He'll just deaden there at the Clarkson blue line. And this is going to be icing here on the Golden Knights. RPI has closed the shots on goal gap, and they've taken a 2-goal lead here in the third. Shots are now 19-17, Clarkson. This is going to be won by the Golden Knights. Flipped up the wall and shot back in. Making a move, is beaten to the net. Penalty coming up as he was hooked. And it's going to be a hold, in fact, but it'll be the second power play of the game for RPI. So a second power play here for RPI. They're 1-for-1. Just one power play shot. Very efficient the first time around. Seller now cycling for Laka. Massey back to the point for Kjellberg. Sends it across. Linden a shot. And that one will come all the way out of the zone. Puck shot in deep, past Laka. There's a Golden Knight down, Clack. He's slow to get up. It's almost a 5-on-3.5 right now, and Clarkson going to fight through this, whatever nick he took there, and continue to kill off the penalty. Now he'll head to the bench with an opportunity to do so. Adamo shooting it down low. Calblay out to center. Johnson halfway through this RPI power play. As I mentioned, just their second of the game. And need to take care of business more than necessarily score here, but obviously another goal not going to hurt anything. 30 can't corral that one. Is poked at by Johnson, stays in the zone momentarily. Now it's shoveled back down by Clarkson. And for the Engineers, nothing else. You killed 2 more minutes off the clock. Valuable minutes when you're up by 2. Johnson off the stick of Walsh and up into the crowd.
National Grid Foundation has partnered with RPI Athletics, working with local schools in Troy as part of the Shoot for the Stars program. RPI Athletics
So we'll have a neutral zone face-off coming up here in a moment.
for their support of RPI hockey, our local youth and communities.
.22 to go on the RPI power play. The holding call against Underwood. This is going to be shot down. Race for the puck here. Clack trying to get there. He looks fine now. Although he lost the puck there. Maybe one more rush on this RPI power play. It's beaten. 4-on-3 as they hit the line, although they just dump it in. Power play over.
Clarkson returns to full strength.
Engineers 1 for 2 on the man advantage tonight. Played into the corner. Now it's centered. Marshall tried to cover it. Penalty coming up against RPI. It was a late call. It's going to be a trip. And the trailing referee made it. Let's see that again. I don't know. I guess. Looked like they kind of got tangled up and almost like he was already headed to the ice, but what do I know? Power play again for the Golden Knights here. Sorting out the penalty kill situations. This is the big spot in this game. RPI up by 2, but they're going on the kill here. Lepinen's going off for tripping. I thought it was Baxter, but maybe that's where my problem was. I don't think Baxter did anything. Anyway, power play number 3 for Clarkson. Hurley. Beck sends it across. And that one's half fanned on by Hurley. Puck tied up in the corner. Trying to get free. Johnson shoots it down. Boy, has Jake Johnson just been a penalty-killing all-star for RPI this year. RPI came into the game at 88.6% on the penalty kill. Johnson helped kill a really big penalty last Friday against Union over in Schenectady. RPI ended up winning that game 4-2. There's a one-timer there from Gosselin that he didn't get much of. He'll try it again. Gosselin feeding it down low. Good stick there by Clee. He wraps him up in the corner now. Sent back to the point. That's going to leave the zone. That was Santurno, a little bit rushed there and just didn't make the right play. Under 4 to go here in regulation. 3-1, RPI on top. 2 third-period goals for the Engineers. 1 on the power play. Well, the power play goals in the second period, I'm sorry. Both even strength goals here in the third for RPI from Justin Adamo and Zach Dubinsky. Just about 2 minutes apart in the middle of the period. Have created the separation here between RPI and Clarkson. Now they move it in. Centering pass broken up nicely and cleared. That was Agnew broke it up, and Tour Linden shot it down. Now Massey shorthanded on the forecheck. Kills off the rest of the penalty there. RPI 3 for 3 on the kill. Into the zone comes Martino, knocked off his stick. And now Massey trying to pry it away. The more I see of this RPI team this year, the more I think they have a lot of big bodies. I mean, not just Adamo. I'm talking about man for man. There's some sizable players on this RPI team compared to the rest of the league. They do have the Walshes and the Dubinskis of the world as well, but a lot of size for RPI. Here's Walsh, back to Adamo. Quick shot right on, save made. Rebound swatted at by Dubinsky, and he didn't catch it cleanly. He was trying to knock it out of the air. Clack trying to step around Shelberg, and he's cut off nicely as Baxter came over to help. Goalie off here with 2:12 left. Six-on-5 hockey for over 2 minutes. Potentially, I guess. Things could change. But at least that's what we're set up for. Jacome trying to navigate the neutral zone. Hands it off for Goslin. And all the way to the near side it goes. Santurno to the point. Slap shot blocked by Adamo on the leg, and then he'll hop out of play, and Adamo's going to feel that one. But not as much if the Engineers can hold on here. And now a timeout's going to be taken here by Clarkson. So shots are 20-19 Golden Knights, but RPI has a lead here. Now's the point of the game where I would be asking Coach about a couple of things here. Obviously the idea to pull the goalie with 2 full minutes left in the game. I guess he gives you the best chance. I know there was some study done that actually coaches are pulling their goalie not soon enough as far as the analytics go, and I think the analytics are sometimes a little bit skewed in this type of situation. I'm totally. I don't want to say I'm not against. I'm not against any kind of analytical data that may arise from hockey. I'm actually totally for it. I'm just saying it looks odd to the eye that you should pull your goalie with 7-8 minutes left in a game. I think some of the studies do say that. But anyway, no one does that. That's because you get heavily scrutinized for it. But the 2 minutes with a 2-goal deficit is not out of the question. It's just earlier than a lot of coaches do pull. And Casey Jones does it here. 1:15 on the clock, third period. Still 6-on-5. Move it back to the point. Calblay. Sekos through a screen, and Marshall saw enough of it to make the stop and hold on. Shot had to travel a long way. Another look at it here. Well, let's look at something. Quite all right. Long shot, high and wide. We're down to a minute to go here in the third. Adamo trying to jam it out of the zone, and he can't do so. It's kept in well by Calblay. Sekos. Jacome fanned on the shot. He took his eye off the puck, and Dubinsky just tackles him along the wall. Santurno to the blue line. One-timer, Sekos hammered one again. And that's off the back of the net as they tried to center it quickly. Half minute to go. Goslin sent around. This is Jacome. Back to the point for Sekos. Long shot there, save Marshall, and he's got it between the pads. Oh boy. Engineers, of course, can breathe a little bit easier with that 2-goal lead. That's what that second goal does. That second goal of the period. it makes these type of situations maybe a little bit calmer for a goalie or a group of 5 trying to defend the lead when you know you have a bit of a cushion. You're not gripping the stick quite so tight. 12.1 to go. Here's the draw. RPI wins it. Spun to the corner by Baxter. Out in front. Picked up and lifted out by Seller with 3, and that's going to do it here. As RPI takes a big 3 points here tonight against their North Country rival, the Clarkson Golden Knights, and that's 2 in a row going back to 2019-20 after losing 8 straight to Clarkson. Prior to that, I'll tell you, the last time RPI beat the Golden Knights twice in a row, it was February and March of 2013, the last time RPI took 2 straight. This one just had a big old pandemic break in the middle of it, but RPI happy, of course, to be playing hockey again and happy to be winning in hockey again. 3-1 in the league, looks a lot better than 2-2, and that's where the Engineers sit. And they send Clarkson to 0-2 in the league. Golden Knights are now 4-4-1 overall. RPI 5-3-1 on the season. And you have to like what the Engineers were able to put together tonight after falling behind 1-0. They scored the next 3 goals, including another power play goal. They were perfect on the penalty kill for the weekend. And Justin Adamo finally breaks through with his first RPI goal in a big way. It was the eventual game-winning tally. That'll do it for the broadcast here. We hope to get Coach back in his audio equipment back up and running as soon as possible. But we'll hear from Coach again soon, Dan Fridgen. But for myself, Perry Lascaris, and our RPI TV crew, we thank you for watching tonight's game. Once again, your final score from the Houston Fieldhouse. It was RPI 3 and Clarkson 1. This has been RPI Hockey on RPI TV and ESPN.